Hi, Professor Wainaina here, your 5 minutes teacher on education, childhood, youth, parenting, and all things school. Welcome. Telling the truth to your child seems like an obvious moral duty until life and reality complicates it. You may feel like shielding your child from harsh truths, spare their feelings, or sidestep difficult conversations. While telling protective lies may feel like an innocent kindness, a small deception that keeps childhood soft and untroubled, the very act of lying, no matter how well intentioned, chips away at something far more important. Children are not as gullible as we adults assume. They notice inconsistencies, sense when they are being placated, and remember moments when your words do not align with your reality. When they eventually uncover the truth, they learn more than just their factual correction. They learn that their parent, a person they once trusted absolutely, is willing to manipulate the truth for convenience. That realization does not stay confined to the lie itself. It bleeds into every future interaction. They wonder, if you are dishonest about one thing, why are you also dishonest about other things? Do you tell them the truth only when you feel like it? The erosion of trust is immense. Some parents defend white lies as necessary to protect a child's emotions, but this assumes that children cannot handle truth, an underestimation that does them no favors. Telling a child that a relative who died went to sleep forever may feel gentler than explaining death, but it risks creating confusion and even fear of sleep itself. A child who is repeatedly assured that a medical procedure will be painless, only to experience sharp discomfort, will conclude that their parent is not a reliable source of information. The intention may be kindness, but the consequence is a lesson in distrust. That does not mean every truth should be delivered with brutal directness to a child. The goal is not ruthless honesty, but thoughtful transparency. I will say that again for those at the back. The goal is not ruthless honesty, but thoughtful transparency. Children require explanations that match their cognitive and emotional development. Telling a 5-year-old about economic hardships in complicated financial terms will only overwhelm them. But saying right now we are being careful about how we spend money preserves both honesty and reassurance. The difference is not in withholding reality, but in tailoring it to their capacity to understand. And then there is the difference between lying and telling a child stories and fairy tales. Lying to a child involves deliberately deceiving them with falsehoods, presenting them as truth, often to manipulate behavior or avoid discomfort or shield them from reality in a way that denies their capacity for understanding. In contrast, telling fairy tales is an act of storytelling where the child is aware that the narrative is fictional, serving as a means of sparking imagination or conveying moral lessons or providing cultural enrichment. The distinction lies in the intent and the context. Lying seeks to hide the truth, often to the child's detriment, while fairy tales use fiction transparently to engage, to entertain, or to teach without violating the child's trust in reality. Beyond any single lie, the larger question is, what example are you setting? If you expect honesty from your child but model deception when it suits you, what are you really teaching? That honesty is conditional. If you tell them that lying is wrong, but then instruct them to say you are not home when you do not want to take a call, they learn that truthfulness is flexible. Children absorb these contradictions not through lectures, but through observation. If truthfulness is a value you wish to instill, then it must be a practice you embody. That does not mean every question demands a raw and unfiltered answer, but it does mean resisting the impulse to deceive for convenience. Answers must be age-specific but truthful. You can't protect your child without lying to them. Don't forget, the momentary ease of a lie often leads to the longer burden of distrust. Your child must one day grapple with difficult truths. If every answer you give them now, or in every answer you give them now, allow them the space to one day wrestle with the truth, knowing that at least one thing has always remained certain. When you spoke, you meant what you said, and it was the truth. Thank you for your time. See you in the next one.